This is my audience, Taylor, and then I have my mom, Rebecca, and her boyfriend, Pete. Okay. Everyone has a life-changing story. In Christianity, when God changes our life in such an incredible way that we could never even imagine or do it ourselves, but only He could do it, that's what we call our testimony. I have listened to so many other people's testimonies that are just truly incredible, and not what they could do, but what God could do. It's not about us, it's about glorifying Him and what He can do in our lives. I've also had the blessing of being able to share my testimony with so many different people and being able to inspire different people and plant those seeds into the people that need it most. So what is a testimony? A testimony is the story of kind of how God works in your life to change it into something you could have never imagined. It also has biblical roots, and I will also be going over how it's used today and how it's been used for such a long period of time. So what's a Christian testimony? It's a personal story about faith and change. It's all about how God has worked in your life and how He has changed it for the better. It also talks about encounters with God. So when we're going through those life-changing stages in our life, we are looking to God in every single aspect. We are truly leaning on Him and having Him guide our ways and make our paths straight. And what happens after a Christian testimony is we talk about our life afterwards. How did God use that entire journey in us and through us to create us into better servants for Him and better people in this world? So Christian testimonies may involve recovery. That can be recovery from addiction, mental health, recovery from hardships, breakups, really recovery from any capacity of the worldly ways. It can talk about forgiveness. It can talk about healing, finding your purpose in God. It can talk about how your faith has gotten so much stronger when it comes to God. Not all testimonies are huge and miraculous and so mind-blowing in such a short period of time. God truly takes His time to work in and through us, because it's not about how fast that we can get to the most perfect place in life. It's about the journey that takes us there. And sometimes the longest journeys are the ones that we walk through God so slowly through. So an example of this is in John 4. So in John 4, a Samaritan lady meets Jesus, and she is completely mind blown at who Jesus is, that He's the Messiah, and she goes to tell the entire community about the good works of Him and how incredible of a father He is and a man He is. So kind of how we take it when someone tells us something so unbelievable, we're like, well, where'd you get that from? You question it a bit. So after she shared that testimony with Jesus, she ended up bringing a ton of people back from the community to Jesus. And then again in Acts 22, Paul is explaining his life before Christ, and he describes his encounter with God and how he truly became who he was. And this again, it led people to God, because it's, well, if God did it in that person's lives, I want it to be done in my life. And that's kind of how it works with testimonies and how inspiring it could be. Testimonies can be said as it's bearing witness to what someone believes God has done in their lives. Testimonies are most commonly shared during the midst of services, baptisms, small groups, recovery groups, social media. It can be shared in all different aspects. I end up bringing it into as many conversations as I can, because if I can sneak one little thing in there about God, I'll be happy. It also helps people gain strength. It helps them feel connected to one another, seeing that, oh, well, you went through this, I went through this too. So it allows them to learn and see the good deeds of God. So in summary, we've talked about what a testimony is and the biblical roots of testimonies. And it is so miraculous, everything that God has done, so that we can share our stories and plant more seeds for people to come to Him. In conclusion, everyone has experiences that change them. But Christian testimonies can turn those experiences into encouragement and just light for other people to look towards. Thank you. I hope that wasn't too long. I think that was really long. That was definitely not 6 minutes.
I'm not too